All right. Let's see what today's A-List has to say about it. Peter Johnson Jr. is a Fox News legal analyst. Sharon Liko is a criminal defense attorney. Kimberly Lerner is a former prosecutor and also a criminal defense attorney. And today's Fox Wild Card, a wild and crazy guy, Fox and Friends Weekend co-host Greg Kelly. Great to have you all here. So here's my problem with this. She says they were private photos, but they were on the internet. But she just wanted her family and friends to see them. So even if somebody were to release them, is there any kind of legal case? If you put pictures of yourself, you put them there. No?
I'm not moved terribly by her story at this point. I don't know if this is a preemptive strike in order to save the crown. I don't know why, if the crime was committed, they didn't go quietly to the police yet. They said at that press conference that we're now going to the authorities. Release the photos now. Let's see the photos. I want to see the photos. Don't we all? Let's see
well, her
them.
family says if there's nothing bad.
If they're not bad, let's see the photos.
You know, if there's nothing bad, then they wouldn't be sensational. Obviously, it's not her, volunteering in the soup line. So otherwise, she's not going to be concerned.
I find it very interesting that nobody's asking for money. They're asking her to give up the crown. Who has motive to do that? Possibly someone associated with the pageant, possibly someone associated with the runner-up. I think the police are going to have some real leads if, in fact, there was a crime committed.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it highlights a problem, an issue with younger people, people who grew up in the digital age. When we were taking pictures when we were growing up, I mean, we had
you're so old.
Well, I mean, I bought my first digital camera 2 years ago. Right, no, so as a teenager and in my 20s, you had to take a picture, bring the film to the photomat or the drugstore, and you knew some stranger was going to see those photos before you were, and you were going to have to go in and they were going to look at you. That was an inhibitor. Kids today, or this young 22-year-old, whatever she is, they don't have that inhibitor. They should.
Yeah, well, I mean, you think it would be the opposite. Everybody seems to put everything out on the internet. And, I was also, so I wanted to hear what you all have to say about this. I really was struck by the fact that she's up in front of the cameras. I mean, this guy isn't even blackmailing her for money. I mean...
well, we don't know who it is, and we know that she is a performer, and I guess she's an amateur performer at this point who aspires to be a professional performer, and she's building sympathy. I don't know on what basis she's building sympathy at this point. She seems like a nice person. She's in college. We wish her well. But to create these issues, this is going to go on for days now because the world is going to demand, as I did, let's see the pictures.
And I hate to be such an old cynic, but I mean, my goodness, is this really going to hurt her career that much? I mean, if she has to give up the crown, yeah, that's one thing, but it sure didn't hurt some other people in the past.
Good for her. Good for her that if she in fact really is being blackmailed, good for her that she stood up and she didn't just give in and resign quietly. I commend her.
It's sensational. I think that there's going to be photos that should not have been revealed probably to anybody.
So you think, like Peter, was maybe a preemptive
yeah, it's probably
strike
a preemptive strike, and actually it's probably good PR because it'll be so sensational. People are going to remember her, dethroned or not.
Absolutely. She looks great, number one. Let's be clear about that. She's got great hair. And, I mean, who knew about Miss New Jersey, USA, America, whichever it was, before any of this? Nobody.
I mean, it sounded like a presidential rally. I mean, there are people applauding there. They have hundreds of people there for this? I mean, I don't know what...
Bottom line is, if she's going to go down, let her go down fighting. That's what I say.
Well, do you think this is a blight on New Jersey? Because this is the second one. What does that say about the New Jersey pageant?
You mean Antonella Barber from American Idol?
No. Last year.
Oh, that's right.
She had to step down because she was pregnant.
Well, where was Vanessa Williams from? I mean, Vanessa Williams, her career was catapulted by this. And those photos were...
I don't think she was a Jersey girl.
No? A Jersey girl wouldn't do that.
But she did have to give up the crown.
She did, but it did wonders for her career.
Yeah, sure did.
We just hope she wasn't really blackmailed. And if she is, then the person should be brought to justice. But it's an interesting...
And then, that being said, what if she did violate the pageant rules? I mean, they've got rules of moral turpitude, and if you do something racy, then you are not eligible.
But then sometimes you go on TV and you cry, and then you get let off the hook. Like
only if Donald Trump's in charge.
Well, it is confusing. They say the photos are not salacious. So what is she doing?
Yeah, why doesn't she just release the photos herself, as you'd like her to do, right?
We're going to hear more about this story. We have some other good ones coming.